Okay, everyone, thanks for watching this video, and I'm getting ready to talk about your coder portfolio, your developer portfolio project that you'll get started on. If you haven't already started talking about it in your class, this is a start from scratch overview discussion of the project, and this will be the first part in a video series explaining how to go about doing this project. Our objective is to get you set up with a portfolio where you can have a single location to house everything that you do as a developer. Talk more about that in a second. The criteria is in here. The start date will be changing, and this will be given to you when you receive this. This will be an ongoing project. There will be several checkpoints, but the first draft will be due within a couple weeks. We're doing this project because we have consulted with our advisory board, local industry experts, and plus it's just a common thing for developers to have their own portfolio. This is a place, again, to house, a list of your projects, information about you, to show off your open source projects that might not be deployed somewhere. One link that people can get in touch with you or see your skills. For this is a starter project to learn how to use Bootstrap to make something responsive. That means that it will work on both a laptop and a mobile device or a desktop. So multiple different devices that will scale to the device. So you're going to be doing some of that. Bootstrap is an extremely important tool created by Twitter, that is used for, to coincide with the mobile revolution in development, and we'll teach you about it here. We'll also use some other tools like Gulp, SAS, you'll learn about some animations, some basic jQuery stuff for our UI, and many other tools. You are going to deploy this and put any projects you've been doing in here. This is part of our gold badge. It's a lot of fun. There's some requirements on what we'd like, some minimum level requirements of what we'd like you to have, and I'll show you some examples here in a second. But these are, you can look at these, and we're gonna actually build examples of these out as we go here. So you'll need a navbar landing page, something that shows about you, a projects page. At this time, we're doing these applications in class. This is what we'll be doing. These might be changed by the time you start your portfolio, but depending on what these show, we're always trying new projects out. So depending, there might not be another project here, but we'll tell you that in class, the projects we're expecting to see, and any other projects you're welcome to add, any projects you might have done in the past. There should be a contact section, a footer section that's at the bottom. So here's some other requirements, and I think I went kind of redundant here, but that's okay. Yes, I did. I'll fix that before you see it. I've got some examples I'm going to go to in just a second. Let's get to that now. Let's take a look at assignments. These are some folks from our last cohort. Here's like a landing page, and he's got some floating little bubbles here that are kind of interesting. It's important to note that the ones I'm showing you are after they've been through the track. When we click here, we jump over to his stuff. So a lot of people do like a single page. He's got some navigation in his, but he's showing off some of his React projects, his Angular projects. These are projects he did in the course, and then he's got some coming soon projects, and he'll be filling those out. And my video might be cut off at the bottom, but so he's also got an about me. So there's some biography stuff. And it's important to note that at this level, he had all of this done by week 3, so that he could go back. Well, he had all this kind of stuff, the contact, the about, all this was arranged by week 3, and then he was able to go in here and add in his bigger projects. So these are a link to bigger projects. I don't know if this is still deployed or not. I haven't checked it out. So here's a bunch of projects that he's got on here. Wow, he's been doing some stuff. So actually I'll link out to another portfolio. So for all his Angular stuff, which is kind of clever. So GitHub repo. So it links out to other stuff eventually. This looks like a team app and just some learning applications. But at the minimum level, you'll have, you know, your kind of place to start putting these and have an under construction kind of thing. Let's look at Isaac's. He put a squirrel up here, kind of funny. These pictures, probably if you do something like this, you're probably going to want something that's meaningful to you. He might have taken that picture. You might take a picture and put it in there. He's got some animation stuff in here. I do believe some of this is from a template that he was using various things, and we're going to show you how to use stuff from a template. We'll talk about templates as we go. We're asking that you don't use a template verbatim, so you're not going to use the exact. There's a lot of templates out there for these, but he took chunks and he's using those and making something of his own out of it, I do believe. So he's got some, again, a contact form with animation. It comes up. Let's go look at Maddie. Here she's really into horses, so she's got a horse theme and her navbar. She's got an about me and just, you know, things about her, with how to get in touch with her and links to projects, and then social media icons for ways to get a hold of her. Yeah, some interesting things about her, what she likes to read. She probably needs to add some stuff there, but we'll see that as we. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that before, so I'll have to send her a Slack message. Some things about her life, some writing she did, contact again, qualifications. There's things that she's done. So these are some things you'll get into. Maybe it might have changed by the time you watch this. This tech stack that we're using is always changing. Just trying to think if there's anything in here that has changed already since this time. No, most of this we'll look at. So yeah, there's another one. Let's look at Brandon's. Brandon, I'll refresh. Oh, he's got some animation here. So he's got some just real simple one color thing with some. Gosh, I forget what that is. A Semster. He puts a link. I think it's. Oh, he told me. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. Semster. We'll come back to it. So he's got an about section. All this he built from scratch. He's got a quote. Oh, there's Brandon right there. Took a picture of himself. He's a clever guy. Some writing about him. Some font awesome icons that he used and arranged, and skills he has. Some of his projects. This is the one he built with a team. They sell maternity clothing. So his major projects and some of his, I think this one's personal. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He had some. So he was an artist, so he added some of the stuff he's done. His personal art, which is pretty cool. So it shows his design skills. So we got Nathan. This is a picture you'll see quite a bit in the coder world. It's one of the stock images, but Nathan's a really good coder. No big deal. Use it. Only coders know about it. So people outside don't know. You'll see this image. I think it's in Sublime. It looks like Sublime almost, the text editor. got services you can do. He needs I just realized he needs an about section. You might see him around Launch Fishers. He's working in there right now as of January in 2018. He's got stuff he does. He's got this cool parallax, and this is called a parallax when you scroll and you have a background image that's sitting there. He's got his contact. It skips down to that. He's got all his projects. So he did a bunch of stuff. Notice he's got his CSS creature here and some animation on these hover overs. So I'm going to show you just how to add some animation like this here coming up on the starter one we'll do. He's got his contact form, and then more stuff at the bottom. The picture, it looks like New York City probably. Yep, New York. Cool picture of New York. So that's the overall feel. You know, the content that you add is going to be universal. Everyone's going to have similar things in there, from an about. Oh, there's his about link. I'm a goofball. To serve portfolio. There's extra stuff that's not really required right now. Services isn't required. I think he's got. Oh, okay. So I see. He's got a big. Oh, this is cool. I never saw this. It's very cool. Okay. So all the stuff he's done. Some of the stuff he's done. And with some cool animation. So you can really just make it original for you. And kind of either cobble to use some of the tools we have, cobble together some of the tools we're going to show you, or write things from scratch. We'll show you how to do some of that. So that's the overall project for what you'll do. So without saying much else, let's get started. All right, I'll get started in the next video. Thanks.